1970 was packed with iconic rock, soul, and pop radio staples, but some of its catchiest hits came from artists who only had one shot in the spotlight. Here are 10 one-hit wonders from 1970 that still deserve a spin. Number 10, My Baby Loves Lovin' by White Plains.
My baby loves lovin', she's got what it takes and she knows.
Papersleeve promos hit retailers the week British bubblegum pop found a new audience across the Atlantic, and the cut quickly filtered into radio rotations.
My baby loves lovin', she's got what it takes and she knows.
White Plains, steered by producer Roger Greenaway, crafted My Baby Loves Lovin' with breezy harmonies and a sunny shuffle that sounded tailor-made for Top 40. Released in January 1970 on Darum Records, the single's irresistible chorus owed much to session singer Tony Burrows, whose studio prowess helped shape a sound that outlasted fleeting fame. The track's bright string section and upbeat tempo gave it an unmistakably effervescent feel, compelling stations in both the UK and US to take notice. Though White Plains never charted stateside again, My Baby Loves Lovin' reached number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970, cementing its status as a one-hit wonder.
What she looks at me is into say, baby love.
Number 9, Tighter Tighter by Alive and Kickin. Signed to Roulette Records, the band rolled out a single just as summer parties and discotheques began filling up in 1970. Tighter Tighter was written and produced by Tommy James, who had just come off a run of chart success with the Shondells, and lent Alive and Kickin both his studio guidance and a signature pop rock sensibility.
All the time you waste, but you don't know where you're going.
The track's blend of buoyant keys, call and response vocals, and instantly singable hooks helped it feel right at home on AM radio. Released in May, the single benefited from the label's aggressive promotional push, which included setting up TV performances and regional radio tie-ins. Tighter Tighter ultimately reached number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970, making it the group's only major hit before they faded from national view. Number 8, Gimme Dat Ding by the Pipkins. A single TV taping turned curiosity into momentum when Top of the Pops aired the performance, turning novelty into notoriety overnight. Pipkins, a studio project assembled by Tony Burrows and Roger Greenaway, brought their playful, vaudeville-inspired Gimme Dat Ding to the masses in early 1970. The track's honky-tonk piano and cartoonish vocals were unlike anything else on radio, making it impossible to ignore. After its featured slot on British television, the song crossed the Atlantic, where Cap Records oversaw the American release. Mixed by engineer John Maxwith at London's IBC Studios, the single's quirky energy and infectious rhythm dominated jukeboxes. Gimme Dat Ding peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970, marking the Pipkins' lone brush with U.S. chart fame. Number 7, The Rapper by the Jaggerz. Engineer Dave Schaffer kept an accident in the mix, a wobble that became the signature edge of the Jaggerz' biggest tune. With production by Lloyd Price and Jerry Ross at Bell Sound Studios in New York, The Rapper came together with a raw, almost unvarnished punch that suited FM radio's burgeoning taste for gritty rock. Released in February 1970 on Kama Sutra Records, the song's driving rhythm, hand claps, and distinctive vocal phrasing created instant allure. Rumor has it, the now iconic slip in the guitar line was pure spontaneity, left in after a hurried session. The single quickly gathered steam and eventually reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970, giving the Jaggerz a fleeting but indelible piece of radio history.
He's got you where he wants you.
Number 6, Love Grows, Where My Rosemary Goes by Edison Lighthouse. A B-side rumor helped the A-side find daylight after Boston stations started spinning it, letting the bright jangle of Love Grows, Where My Rosemary Goes reach fresh ears. Edison Lighthouse, assembled by producer Tony McCauley, recorded the bubbly single at Audio International Studios in London. A textbook confection of ringing guitar, easy harmonies, and pop optimism. Though singer Tony Burrows fronted this hit as a hired studio hand, the recording's layered arrangement and feel-good tone caught fire quickly with both UK and US radio. Bell Records handled the stateside release, sending promo copies to American DJs who saw instant listener response. The single soared to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970, securing Edison Lighthouse a permanent spot in one-hit wonderland. We're halfway through and the sounds of 1970 are already bringing back some deep cuts. Which of these songs did you grow up with? Or maybe discover years later on a dusty record or random playlist? Got a favorite one hit, wonder we didn't include? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear the songs that stuck with you.
I'm a lucky fella, and I just gotta tell her that I love her.
Number 5, Ride, Captain Ride by Blues Image.
Sure, we can laugh our lives away.
Street-level airplay from Miami crept outward until program directors noticed, and Blues Image's daring Ride, Captain Ride picked up national pace. Written and recorded at Criteria Studios in Florida, the song was produced by Richard Podolor, whose methodical approach let the swirling organ and buoyant rhythm section anchor the sound. Released in April 1970 on Atco Records, the single's nautical theme and distinctive keyboard line gave it a unique radio vibe. Blues Image capitalized on regional support, breaking into larger markets as broadcasters responded to surging listener requests. Ride, Captain Ride eventually sailed up the charts to reach number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970, the group's only ride to national airplay glory. Number 4, Spill the Wine by Eric Burdon and War.
Now this really blew my mind.
A late-night session left the take loose enough to breathe, and the groove of Spill the Wine seeped into the band's DNA.
Don't you have it? Baby, don't you?
Eric Burdon and War recorded the track at Wally Heider Studios in Los Angeles, channeling spontaneous energy and chemistry among horns, percussion, and Burdon's signature drawl.
You may have enough money, baby, to buy anything.
Produced by Jerry Goldstein, the hazy psychedelic atmosphere gave Spill the Wine its distinctive late summer feel. United Artists rushed the single to radio in May 1970, pinning hopes on Burdon's name and War's inventive sound. The recording's fractured narrative and laid-back vibe captivated listeners, and the hit ultimately peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970, by far the highest stateside position the group ever reached together.
It's haunting me, baby, yeah. I can get you.
Number 3, Vehicle by the Ides of March. A terse memo from the label pushed one more single to radio just as the band debated their future in the spring of 1970.
Take it to the nearest
The Ides of March recorded Vehicle at CBS Studios in Chicago with producer Frank Rand, who emphasized brash horns and a punchy rhythm track to capture a brass rock crossover sound. Warner Brothers pressed advanced singles hoping to spark interest beyond the Midwest, while the band leveraged college circuit gigs for broader exposure. The result? Vehicle torqued its way into heavy airplay, standing out thanks to its driving brass and spirited vocals. It roared up the charts and reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970, bringing the group their only national top 40 appearance. Number 2, Mississippi Queen by Mountain. In May 1970, a Cleveland DJ flipped the record, and stations followed, unleashing Mountain's hard-driving Mississippi Queen onto an unsuspecting rock audience. Cut at the record plant in New York, the track was powered by Felix Pappalardi's production and the thunderous drumming of Corky Lane. The song's fuzzed-out guitar and relentless cowbell anchored it across both FM and AM dials, giving Mountain an instant identity in the burgeoning hard rock scene. Released on Windfall Records, the single exploded regionally before crossing over to national rotation. Mississippi Queen bulldozed its way to number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970, ensuring Mountain's reputation outlasted the brief chart surge. Number 1, In the Summertime by Mungo Jerry cut at Ides Studios with Barry Murray. The single was engineered for immediate toe-tapping fun and full-frequency appeal. Mungo Jerry pieced together In the Summertime during a 3-hour studio blitz, pairing jug band charm with a driving, stomping beat and unmistakable kazoo.
Have a drink, have a drive, go out and see what you can find.
Issued in May 1970 on Dawn Records, the track stood out thanks to its acoustic textures and skiffle energy, instantly resonating with a summer crowd ready for an anthem. The song's sound, combining minimal overdubs and cheeky percussion, gave it playful power that transcended markets from the UK to the US. In the Summertime reached number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1970, sealing Mungo Jerry's place in pop history with just one carefree classic.
If a daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. If a daddy's